Hello, welcome back. Should we do an unboxing? I think we should do an unboxing. It's been a little while since I've done an unboxing on this channel, and I have two very interesting looking parfum gift sets from Armaf. Stay tuned.
If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description.
Sterling Perfumes got in touch and said, "Hey Chris, do you want to try our new parfum gift sets?" And I said, okay then, yes please, send them over. So we've got two box sets here. One is a man's box set, although of course anyone can wear them, and the other is a woman's version of the box set, although two of them in here are also marketed to men, so I don't really think it matters that much. I'll go into what's in these boxes. In the female box we have Club de Nuit Woman, Club de Nuit Milestone, of course, that is the Millesime Imperial inspiration, so anyone can wear that, man or woman. Club de Nuit Intense Woman, which is marketed to women, but it's an inspiration of Tom Ford's Noir de Noir, which is one of the best Tom Ford private blend fragrances, so guys can wear that one as well. So let's get into these. The only one that are in these boxes that I have smelled before, the parfum version, is Club de Nuit Intense Man, and I enjoyed that because it took away that harsh abrasive opening of the EDT version of Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is fine. Decent fragrance, smells very much like Aventus. That opening doesn't last very long, but the parfum version just rounds everything out and it just seemed like a much smoother, more refined blend. So let's get this open and I will show you the presentation, which is very nice. Have a look at that. So we've got Club de Nuit Sillage, we've got Club de Nuit Intense Man Parfum, and we have Club de Nuit Milestone. These are 30ml bottles. They're all parfum concentration. As I said, I've smelt Club de Nuit Intense Man Parfum, so I'm really looking forward to smelling Sillage Parfum and Milestone Parfum. And what I'm going to do with these two is compare them to the EDP versions. I have both of those here. We've got Milestone and Sillage. I really enjoyed these. Many people say they're even better than their Creed counterparts, Millesime Imperial and Silver Mountain Water. If I had one little criticism of these fragrances, it's that the opening, like with Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT, is a little bit sharp, a little bit abrasive, not quite as refined as the Creeds, but that's just the opening. And then they do settle down and become very similar. In fact, they become similar to the vintage formulations of these two fragrances. So compared to the current formulations of the Creed fragrances that these smell very similar to, they are more layered, more nuanced, so more like when those Creed fragrances originally come out, as opposed to the Creed fragrances that you can now buy in the stores. My friend George is the biggest fan in the world. I don't know a bigger fan of Creed's Millesime Imperial, and he actually prefers this to the modern formulation of Millesime Imperial, so that says a lot to me. I'm going to test these two today. I'm not going to do the parfum of Club de Nuit Intense Man because I've already done that. I will test on skin and compare the parfum versions of Milestone and Sillage to the EDP versions of Milestone and Sillage, and then I am also going to try one from the women's gift set as well. So let's get spraying and see how these two smell. So love these little 30ml bottles. Great if you're traveling or you just want to go away for a weekend and you don't want to take a big bottle. They're just little miniature versions of the bigger bottles, 30ml. So let's spray the parfum, and I'm really intrigued to see if the opening is a little smoother than in the EDP. All right, what have we got? So let's go parfum. It smells very full-bodied. It's got a lot of weight to it. Quite a loud opening, actually. That's interesting. I first thought they're pretty much the same. There's not much in it, but on closer inspection, in the background, in the opening of the EDP, there's just something there. There's a slightly abrasive note in there, which I think is what I was getting and why I thought it wasn't quite as smooth as Creed Silver Mountain Water. It's only there when you really look for it. Most people aren't going to notice it, but I am just doing a side-by-side comparison. Just a little bit of something in the background. It's a little more delicate, a little more balanced, a bit smoother. what I'm getting so far is, I think whatever's going on in the EDP, which isn't a bad thing, there's something used in the EDP which is giving it some boost, giving it some lift, and I think that is just pushing it off the skin in a more powerful way. So I think this one seems to be projecting a little bit more. I guess maybe you would expect a parfum to not project quite as much, but it is still projecting and it is smoother. So I guess you could say it's probably closer to Creed's Silver Mountain Water. Very good. I think there is a definite difference, not a big difference, but there is a little bit of a difference. So on Sillage, I would say the Parfum is just a little bit smoother. So if you felt that Sillage was just a little bit abrasive compared to the Creed, then maybe you would prefer the Parfum version. Now let's try Milestone. So we'll go with the Parfum on this side. So this was a brilliant version. The EDP was a brilliant version of Millesime Imperial. Again, just a little bit of something in the opening, just something that wasn't as refined as the Creed. So we'll see if we again have a smoother, more refined opening with the Parfum. Again, it's not as smooth as Millesime Imperial in the opening. But you know what? It is, again, it's smoother than the EDP. There's something a little more chemical, a little more synthetic to the EDP. Not in a big way. It's not a deal breaker at all because the EDP is a superb fragrance. I love it. I would say the Parfum, again, is just a little bit smoother. So I think some good work has gone into these fragrances. I'm impressed. I think if you want something that maybe is even closer to what the vintage versions of the Creed fragrances that these smell similar to. I think I'm wording everything all right there. So yeah, I mean, obviously I will investigate these further. Ask me in the comments how they developed, but so far, first impressions, Parfum versions are very similar. There's not much in it, but I would say they are a little bit better blended, certainly in the opening. All right, let's open the women's gift set next. One of them in here, the Club de Nuit Woman, I think is similar to Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle. And I'm not so familiar with that fragrance, so I'm not going to bother spraying that one. I'm running out of skin anyway. What I will do is show you the presentation. If you've got a lovely lady in your life, you want to buy a nice birthday present or Christmas present, I think this would go down very nicely because, come on, I mean, these fragrances don't cost very much. To get this presentation for the prices that you pay. By the way, let's talk about the prices. $49.99 on Amazon Prime. This one seems to be very limited in stock. So if you're fancying this one, I'd go fast. There's a few more going of this one. If you don't manage to pick this one up on Amazon, I believe that Notino are also selling it, but it's 90 quid with some shipping. So it is more expensive, but 50 quid, I think it's a great value. For years, I've been intrigued to try Club de Nuit Intense Woman. I love Noir de Noir, fantastic fragrance. Before I bought a bottle of Noir de Noir years ago, I nearly bought this. In fact, I think I probably had it in my cart at All Beauty or wherever was selling it, and in the end, yeah, for some reason I didn't get it. So, been wanting to try this for years. Now is my opportunity. I'm gonna have to go up here, and I will compare it to Noir de Noir because I have that here. So let's see if it follows the track record of these Armaf fragrances, and smelling similar, but maybe not quite as smooth as the originals. Okay, here we go. Club de Nuit Intense Woman. Okay, I've not smelled Noir de Noir yet to compare it, but I think maybe this one doesn't have the depth that I'm used to with Noir de Noir. It doesn't. It's close. It's not far off. It's sort of, it gets about, in terms of the depth of Noir de Noir, which is just beautiful. It's a gorgeous, mysterious, sensual rose chocolate fragrance. It's about 85% there in terms of the depth. And the Tom Ford is oodier. Definitely not getting any of that woody, punchy oud coming from that. So if you're not an oud fan, then maybe you would like the Armaf version better, but it is definitely recognizable as Noir de Noir, but it's not as good. I'm going to say that. I'm going to be totally honest, because as I said, this is not a sponsored video, complete honesty. I love it. It's a great alternative version of the very expensive, the much more expensive Tom Ford. But if you want the absolute best version of that DNA, you're going to have to spend the money and get Noir de Noir. Again, most people may not be bothered or may not tell the difference, so I'm sure you would be very happy with this one. It's great. But yeah, Tom Ford is the better one of the two, in my opinion. But really glad that I smelled that. And you know what? You could get a cheeky little present going on here, because you've got Milestone, which is the same version of Milestone as in the men's gift set. So, you know, you could purchase this this gift set and you could keep these two for yourself, Club de Nuit Intense Woman and Milestone, and then you could take it out the box as if it were never in a box. Put this in a nice little gift box and give this to your wife or your partner. So you get two, she gets one. But she never needs to know, does she? And that looks nice. That's a cute little bottle, isn't it? If it's like Chanel Coco Mademoiselle, I'm sure it smells very good. I will have a sniff of this at some point, but I've run out of skin for today. Okay, there you go. Those are the box sets from Armaf. I hope you enjoyed me checking these out. Have you tried the Parfum versions of these fragrances yet? I would love to hear your opinions, because I do think that with each version of these Club de Nuit fragrances, they do get a little bit better, and I guess the Parfum now is where it's going to end, unless they start doing extraits or something. I don't know, but they smell great to me. Those are my opinions. Let me know yours. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like and a sub if you did. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.